Rupert Earl Griffith was born in 1893 in Hallettville, Texas. He was the second son of Henry and Minnie Griffith. Despite later rumors, he had no family connection to Hollywood director W.D. Griffith. He worked as a grocery salesman and experienced a brief early marriage. In 1920, he entered the film industry as a commercial film salesman, adopting the professional name R.E. Griffith. By 1931, he and his brothers Louis Clyde, L.C., and Henry Jefferson, H.J., relocated to Oklahoma. There they founded the Griffith Amusement Company. This move marked the beginning of their rise in the entertainment business. While much of the country struggled during the Great Depression, the Griffiths prospered and eventually built the largest independent movie theater chain in the U.S. In 10 years, they controlled nearly 290 cinemas. In the early 1930s, Griff, as he was known, first visited Gallup and was impressed by its dramatic landscapes. The deep cultural presence of the Navajo, Dene, Zuni, and Hopi people, along with its location on Route 66, later attracted filmmakers and travelers, helping define the town's identity. Gallup's roots extend far beyond its modern history. The region was home to the ancestral Puebloans who lived there thousands of years earlier. They cultivated corn, beans, and squash, created finely crafted goods, and built intricate structures that served as homes, ceremonial spaces, and community centers. Their legacy survives in the area's national monuments, tribal parks, and archaeology sites. Centuries later, their descendants established villages that became hubs for trading posts where goods and tribal art were exchanged and distributed throughout the region. The town itself began to take shape in the mid-19th century when the Atlantic and Pacific Railroad built a temporary headquarters in the area. A paymaster named David Gallup worked at the outpost. Railroad crews heading to collect their wages would say they were going to Gallup, a phrase that eventually became the permanent name of the settlement. As more families and businesses gathered around the rail line, the town was officially incorporated in 1881. In 1922, Gallup launched the Gallup Intertribal Indian Ceremonial, now one of the oldest events of its kind in the nation. It celebrates Native culture through art, dance, and song. In 1926, Gallup gained new prominence when Route 66 was routed directly through the community. This further enhanced its importance as a travel hub. Even as the town expanded, it retained a genuine Old West character. Native families still rode into town on horseback to trade at the trading post, just as they had for generations. Surrounded by striking mesas and rugged terrain, Gallup quickly emerged as a natural filming location for the Western-dominated movie theaters at the time. As the Griffiths expanded their theater empire, Griff built the Chief and Navajo theaters in Gallup. A devoted admirer of Old West lore, he also imagined creating a premier hotel that could serve as a home of the movie stars, a vision that would soon reshape Gallup's future. Griff hired architect Joe Masiglia, who later became a prominent hotelier. He designed the El Rancho Hotel along U.S. Route 66. The three-story structure featured a pitched wood shake roof, stone and brick chimneys, and a grand portico with a second-floor balcony supported by carved wooden posts. Inside, the lobby evoked both Western grandeur and a hunting lodge with carved furniture, Navajo rugs, tin lighting, and a massive stone fireplace flanked by log staircases. Photographs of movie stars and nearby filming locations graced the rooftop patios. The El Rancho soon became Hollywood's headquarters in the region, and Griff's industry relationships and the hotel's blend of rustic charm and refined service made it a natural home base for film crews working in the surrounding mesas and canyons. Staff were trained by the renowned Fred Harvey Company. To keep cast and crew well fed, Griff added a restaurant serving burgers and southwestern flair. W.C. Fields really did like green chili on his cheeseburger. And the Ronald Reagan burger still comes with applewood smoked bacon and a side of jelly beans, just like he ordered it. A lively bar completed the hotel amenities, offering actors like Tom Mix or Roy Rogers a place to unwind after long days on set. Guests then retired to spacious rooms throughout the main building. From its 1936 opening through the next 2 decades, the El Rancho hosted an extraordinary lineup of stars: John Wayne, Katharine Hepburn, Spencer Tracy, Errol Flynn, Kirk Douglas, Gregory Peck, Humphrey Bogart, Lucille Ball, Mae West, and many more. Despite persistent lore, W.D. Griffith almost certainly never stayed there. He retired in 1932, 5 years before the hotel opened. The El Rancho served as headquarters for numerous productions, including The Bad Man in 1940, with Lionel Barrymore and Ronald Reagan, Streets of Laredo in 1948 with William Holden, and Rocky Mountain in 1950 starring Errol Flynn. Stories about the stars abound. The tale that gets repeated the most is Errol Flynn riding his horse straight up to the bar. I guess he must have been pretty thirsty. It is also believed that Katharine Hepburn and Spencer Tracy, both married to others, insisted on rooms next to each other. By the early 1940s, Griff turned his attention to Las Vegas. He and his nephew William J. Moore originally planned to build a hotel in Deming, New Mexico, but a buying trip to Vegas inspired them to pivot. Seeing the city's potential, they built the Last Frontier, which opened in 1942 as the first theme resort on the Strip. Griff enjoyed little time to savor his success. After a heart attack at the Beverly Hills Hotel, he died of a second heart attack on November 24, 1942. W.D. Griffith would die of a coronary just 6 years later in 1948, inadvertently fueling the myth that the two men were somehow related. In 1955, the Last Frontier became the New Frontier, and in 1956, it hosted Elvis Presley's Las Vegas debut. But in Gallup, the El Rancho remained tied to Hollywood until the mid-1960s, when the popularity of traditional westerns declined and travel via Route 66 and the new Interstate 40 made the West more accessible. The hotel fell, though, in disrepair until well-known Native American trader Armand Ortega purchased it. As a child, Ortega visited the El Rancho with his parents, who saved for months to afford the restaurant's elegant meals. During one visit, the young Ortega promised his mother he would buy the hotel someday. Over the next 5 decades, he expanded his family's 5-generation trading business into one of the region's most successful Indian arts enterprises, also running concession operations in several national parks. In 1986, he finally fulfilled his childhood dream. The crane with the wrecking ball was literally in the parking lot, said Ortega's grandson. He told my grandmother he was just going to buy some furniture at the bankruptcy auction. Instead, he bought the whole hotel. Ortega purchased the El Rancho for $500,000 and spent at least that much restoring it. He refurbished rooms, added a Native American jewelry shop, and worked tirelessly to revive the lobby's original splendor. He wanted it to look just like he remembered. He'd sketch furniture on napkins, then find craftsmen who could build it. The El Rancho reopened in May of 1988 to astonish guests who marveled at the thorough restoration. That same year, it was added to the National Register of Historic Places. Take a tour with the docents, as we did with Leroy McRae, a Navajo Dene historian of the grounds and area. They may even show you the secrets of the hotel, like the hidden bookcase. This has been Biographies of the West. My name is Lorin Morgan-Richards. Thanks for watching.